Hello everyone, welcome back to Excel interview question and answer series. So if you are new here, then don't forget to subscribe to my channel for getting a daily updates on useful Excel tips and techniques. So this is our same dataset that we seen yesterday, and this is a warehouse inventory dataset, and we already solved these three questions, and today we are solving these remaining questions for an interview purpose. So it's very helpful if you are appearing for any interview that was related to an Excel skill. So it will add value to your skills. So we see like how we can do it. For this formula, for this question, what we need to do, we have to check if any supplier has supplied more than two product. So we have to use the conditional statement for this question, for solving this question. For that, before applying a conditional statement, we have to count the value. Like we have to check the value from a supplier column. Like if it's appear their occurrence, we need to check. So we break it down the formula into a two parts, like one by one. I will show you how to approach the problem and how we can solve. I did not solve directly just typing the all formula in a one line. We just make it simple and use the formula. So we specify the countif range. What is our range? Our range is this is our supply range, and we need to fix the value. For that, we press function F4 key. And what is our criteria? Our criteria is also same, because we need to check that criteria according to that respective range, and this we need to also fix it. And then we can press close the bracket and click enter. For this, we see it just only count the value. Like for an Asian Paints, it appear only one in this column, so it provide the result as in one. For this, it appear as in two. Why it appear as in two? Because in this particular column, Havels appear two times, and we specified only a count if condition this time. So that's why it appear as a two. But now we have to check their uh, if their status, if the supplier had supplied more than two products. So we have to check if this count is greater than two. So accordingly, we have to provide the result. So for that, if like any supplier is supplied more than two products, then it will be showing as a yes. And if it's not supplied more than two products, then the result will be showing as a no. So for that, we type the if condition before the countif function, and we specified it greater than is 2. Then what should be the result? Then it will show as an yes, and if it not satisfy the condition, then it will appear as an no. And we drag and drop to the remaining cells. For the all cells, it provide as in no. Why it provide as in no? Because in for an any supplier, they don't provide the range, they don't provide any supplier multiple products, so that's why it appear as a no. If we check for in one, like if they supplied more than one product, so for that we specified one, and we click drag and drop to the remaining. If now this time it appear as in yes for an Havels, because we already see that Havels is appears two times in a supplier column. So this way we can get our result, and this is our correct answer according to that kind of analysis we can make. So this is a simple formula. We use a two formula on a we merge two formula into a one. We use if formula and a counter formula. This is a simple way of doing it, and we can also use with the help of an array formula. It make it complex, but there is also one other way of doing anything. So array formula is a bit complex. It's not a bit complex. It's provide a more flexibility. Like array formula is a special type of a formula that is used if we want to perform a calculation based on a multiple value at once. Then we can go with the array formula. And if we have in multiple conditions, then array formula is good. And if the there are a complex calculation, there are a multiple formulas, we have to try to get an answer. For that we can always go with an array formula. And for an array formula, what we need to do, like for any simple formula like if count, if any formula, for getting a result we just press enter. But for an array formula, what is the condition? We have to press control shift enter for getting a result. But this we can already get, so we don't need to modify it. So what is our next questions? For the next question, we have to find the average unit price for an electrical category product. And what is the next question? And the other question is we have to calculate the total forecasted demand for an construction product. So for these two questions, these are the, like for that we have to find the average unit price for electrical. So in this we have to use an average if formula. Why average if formula? Because we have to specify the conditions, like based on our range and the criteria we are getting our average. And in the next question we have to calculate the total forecasted demand for a construction product. For getting in total forecast demand, we use a sum if condition. Sum if is also used for if we have an if we have a one criteria, then we go with the sum if. If we have a criteria more than a one or a two, then we can go with the sum if condition. So these two questions are comes under the category of an aggregate function. Aggregate functions are like max, min, sum, count. These are all comes under the category of a aggregate function. So we can see how we can get it. We type the average if, what is our range? Our range is the category. We select the whole category. This for in criteria we have a two option of passing in criteria. We just hard code it by passing the electrical directly, or otherwise we can make it dynamic by passing a cell value. This time we use in hard coded value, and for the next question we provide a dynamic way of doing it. What is our average unit price? We have to get an average for a unit price, and then we get in result as in 1075. And for this, for calculating a total forecasted demand, we use a sum if. What is our range? Our range is same the category. This time we did not, we don't hard coded the value as in construction. We just select the value we just select the particular cell in which the construction is present. So we can either select C10 or C11 because in both cells construction is present. So this way we can make it dynamic, like we don't have to type the under the double inverted comma constructions, we just select the one cell. And now we have to select the sum range. What is our sum range? We have to select the sum range as in forecast demand, and then we click enter. So for this we get an result as in 5500. So we check from here also, like for in category these two are comes under the construction category. If we total it out, then it provides the result as in 5500. So this way we can provide the answers. These kind of in questions we can get in, we usually get in an interview for getting like how we can extract the data and how we can analyze the data, so that we cannot make we make effective decisions for it. So if you found this helpful, then do like this video and subscribe to my channel for getting a regular updates on right now we are making an interview based questions, so that will helpful for you because I provide what I go through within real life basis, like what in practical example what I go through in an interview. On the basis of these things I make a video. If you like my content, so please like these videos, and thank you for watching.